All right, ready to dive in. Today, it's all about the Scorpio pig.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that combo of the Western Scorpio and the Chinese Zodiac pig.
Hmm.
We found this article, Scorpio Pig, the Compassionate Dreamer. And honestly, just the title has me intrigued.
I can see why, right? It's like intensity beats kindness. How does that even work?
Exactly. So walk me through this. We're picturing someone born, say, end of October, early November
Right.
of a pig year. Could be 71, 83, even 95.
Got it. So, like, picture this. Scorpio, you get that deep well of emotions,
Mhm.
right? Intense. But instead of it going all inward, broody,
Right.
the pig energy kind of, I don't know, infuses it, turns it outward as compassionate.
So not just feeling a lot, but feeling for others a lot.
That's it.
Does that make them like super drawn to causes then? Or feeling other people's pain really strongly?
That's exactly what the article's saying. Scorpio pigs, they're often drawn to roles where they're helping, advocating,
Right.
even if it puts them in tough spots. Emotionally,
That's interesting. Makes you wonder, when does that empathy become too much? Could it make like objectivity hard? Boundaries even?
it's a good question, and one the article kind of skirts around. It does point out how their strengths, the ideals, the empathy, can backfire too,
Okay, so we're not just talking bleeding hearts here. There's strength in this mix too.
for sure.
Give me an example. Where would those strengths really come out?
Imagine like a protest for some social justice thing. Most people, they show up, feel the energy, maybe donate.
Right.
Scorpio pig. They're organizing it, writing the fiery speeches. They're feeling that injustice hardcore.
And probably drawing in a ton of people who feel the same.
Oh, for sure. That sincerity.
Yeah.
Magnetic.
But let's flip it. Where could that intensity go wrong?
Hmm. Picture that same person, but in a workplace. And there's, say, a tiny ethical violation,
Okay.
something most would shrug off. For them, it's a moral dilemma. Makes working with others tough, seeing things clearly.
Gotcha. Like their moral compass is always dialed up to 11.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, with all this emotion, how do they even talk to people? Are they subtle or more like, here's the truth, deal with it?
The article describes it as, like, deeply sincere, almost a moral duty woven into what they say.
Interesting.
So less about being sneaky, more about just pure self-expression, that conviction driving it.
So picture you're having coffee with them, they start talking about a cause.
They're not just getting facts, you're feeling their worry, their belief, no manipulation, just them being real.
Powerful stuff. I bet they're great at getting people on board with things.
Oh yeah, could lead to some intense arguments though.
Right. But even then, it's coming from a real place.
Exactly.
Now, all this talk about feelings, depth connections. How's a Scorpio pig handle love, friendship? Looking for something just as intense.
That's actually what the article gets into next.
Mhm.
And it's where that need for balance really comes in.
All right, break it down. What kind of partner could handle all that?
Someone who's not just drawn to the passion, but like gets the vulnerability underneath it, the sincerity driving it all.
No room for fakeness here, huh?
No way. The article mentions specific pairings that are good. But beyond that, it's about going beyond the surface.
So, ditch the small talk and dating apps.
Exactly. It's soul stuff, shared values,
Yeah.
can be intimidating for some.
I can see that. Almost like needing someone who doesn't just handle the intensity, but thrives on it.
Right. Now, speaking of intensity,
Yeah.
you know the article mentions some famous Scorpio pigs.
Oh, yeah, there's a list, right?
It is wild how diverse it is. Shows how one combo can be so different person to person.
Hit me with some examples.
Well, you've got Johnny Mercer, songwriter, Moon River, all those classics.
Wow.
And then there's Winona Ryder, known for those intense, kind of dark roles.
Yeah, huge difference already. One's all heartwarming music, the other's deep into psychology on screen.
And hold on, there's more. Weird Al Yankovic bringing the humor and
Yeah,
the
of course.
satire. Then you got Hillary Clinton in politics.
Wait, Hillary Clinton's a Scorpio pig. Suddenly it all makes sense. The drive, the beliefs.
Fascinating, right? Then you've got Bryan Adams, the rock star, and Adam Driver, the actor, known for those powerful performances.
This is a wild mix. All right, I'm hooked. Where do we go from here?
From here, let's see what makes them tick in daily life. The article goes into their likes, dislikes. That inner compass really comes out. So we're talking like more than just, oh, they like blue kind of stuff.
I'm getting that vibe.
It's more about what activities light them up, what environments, even types of people.
Okay, I'm picturing it. Walk me through a Scorpio pig's perfect day.
Imagine something that combines like using your brain but also doing something real, making a difference.
Okay.
So maybe they start by volunteering, animal shelter, something like that.
Makes sense.
Then later, they get lost in a book, something deep, philosophy maybe, ethics.
Definitely not the type to just zone out on TV all day.
Not unless it was like a super intense documentary, they got to be engaged.
I bet anything unfair just drives them nuts.
Oh, totally. Most of us, we see suffering. We feel bad, right?
Yeah.
For them, it's like visceral. The article compared it to their moral compass going haywire.
So it's not just news to them, they're feeling it almost like it's happening to them.
That's the idea,
Yeah.
which is admirable, right? Fuels that desire to act, to fight for things.
But also must be exhausting.
Oh, for sure. Isolating even, sometimes.
Seeing that balance thing again.
For sure. Now, speaking of tough stuff, how do they handle obstacles in general? Bulldoze through, or more strategic?
Good question.
The article talks about this mix, right? Emotions there, but they also think things out, not just blind passion.
So drawing on both sides, the Scorpio drive and the pig's groundedness.
Exactly. Picture them in a work conflict. Someone's being treated unfairly.
Happens all the time.
They're not just going to yell. First, it's understanding everyone's side, using that empathy to, build their case.
And then once they've got their facts straight, emotions in check.
They're ready to fight. But it's not about winning, it's about the values behind it.
Which, as we've seen, are huge GE for them.
Exactly. Makes you wonder what they're like as friends, partners, right?
With all this justice, compassion, are their relationships just as intense?
Think of, the most supportive friend ever. Always there, listens, gives advice, fights for you.
Ride or die kind of friend.
That's it.
Yeah.
And because they feel so much, they just get it emotionally. Notice when you're down, even if you're hiding it.
Must be amazing to have in your corner. Romantically, though, same deal. Deep connection or bust.
Oh, yeah. Forget casual stuff, surface romance. They need that realness, shared values, and someone who can handle them.
Like, not just handle, but actually appreciate it.
Exactly. Which brings us back to those pairings the article mentioned.
Oh, right.
Cancer rabbit was one, Pisces sheep, then Capricorn tiger.
Okay, remind me why those are so good. What's the magic combo there?
Let's take Cancer rabbit. Both Cancer and Scorpio are water signs, right?
Scorpio.
So there's this understanding, deep down, they talk through feelings, intuition, all that.
Same emotional language, basically.
Powerful stuff. Then the rabbit, they're gentle, nurturing, blends perfectly with the pig's kindness.
Peaceful vibes all around.
Exactly. Then Pisces sheep, again, water sign with the Pisces. Shared dreams, loving art, beauty, feeling for the world.
More soulful, less fiery, I'm guessing.
That's it. And the sheep, same as rabbit, wants that harmony, peace, gentle souls.
Now, Capricorn tiger. That one seems different. Capricorn's all practical. Tiger's energetic.
Right, it's about balance. Capricorn brings stability, which the Scorpio pig sometimes needs.
To keep him from getting swept away by feelings.
Exactly. Then tiger adds the spice, adventure, passion, helps the pig loosen up a bit.
Wild how different energies can work together.
Shows how complex people are, Astrology helps, but it's not everything.
So we got the good pairings, but are there bad ones to avoid?
The article did mention some that are, trickier. Aries dragon, Leo horse, and Aquarius monkey.
Okay. Why are those rough for a Scorpio pig?
Well, take Aries dragon. Aries is fire, impulsive, right? Clashes with how Scorpio pigs do things.
Both strong personalities, but in totally different ways.
Yeah. Imagine a Scorpio pig trying to have a deep talk, and the Aries dragon's already on to the next thing.
And dragon's known for being bossy, right? Might steamroll the pig.
Could become a battle, neither wins, basically.
Yikes. What about Leo horse?
Again, fire sign, but this time it's about attention, needing to be admired.
Scorpio pig's capable of that, but it's not the main thing for him.
Nope. Leo horse wants the spotlight, pig's happy working behind the scenes.
Then horse loves freedom, right? Pig needs that closeness, security.
Recipe for disaster if they don't talk it out.
Good point. Even good pairings got to communicate.
For sure. Last one, Aquarius monkey. What's the issue there?
Lay it on me.
It's like brains versus heart, kind of. Aquarius is all logic, detached, seeing things from afar.
While pig leads with emotion.
Yep. And monkey's playful, can be a jokester. Might not get how serious the pig is.
So pigs pouring their heart out, monkeys making jokes.
Exactly. Humor's good, but not when you're missing the point,
Ouch. So even good traits can go wrong if it's not a match.
Shows that compatibility is not just about hobbies. It's about those deep needs, and being able to handle life together.
We talked personality, relationships, but the article gets kind of mystical too, right? Lucky numbers, all that.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just fluff. It gives you more clues about them. Like, their lucky numbers are 3, 7, and 11.
Oh, okay. Why those?
Well, think about 3. It's about creativity, communication, growing.
Fits with how Scorpio pigs talk, their passion.
Right. And 7's introspection, intuition, searching for meaning.
Makes sense with how deep they feel.
Yep. And 11, that's inspiration, big ideas, even spirituality.
So they could be leaders, change makers, that kind of thing.
Potentially, yeah. Put those 3 together, you've got someone who's thoughtful, creative, driven by purpose.
Like they've got the tools, but got to use them, right?
Exactly. And speaking of tools, the article says deep blue and emerald green are good colors for them.
Oh, interesting. What's the connection there?
Deep blue, it's wisdom, depth, intuition. Matches their emotional world right.
Yeah, like the color itself is deep.
Then emerald green, that's growth, harmony, abundance. Matches the pig side, wanting to nurture things.
The hopeful side, like they believe good things can happen.
Exactly. 2 colors together, it's like balancing the darkness and the light.
It makes you wonder what lucky gemstones they got.
Article mentions sapphire and jade. It's supposed to help them out.
Okay, I know those, but why those specifically?
Sapphire, it's truth, loyalty, seeing things clearly.
That moral compass thing again.
Right. Jade's all about harmony, good luck, peace.
Makes sense. They want to make the world better, not just for themselves.
Exactly. Sapphire and jade together, it's like finding peace both inside and out.
So much meaning in these little details. It's crazy.
That's the cool thing about astrology, right? It's not just fortune telling. It's like getting to know yourself better, the world better.
Like a map of your soul or something.
Exactly. Speaking of maps, let's look at their element and ruling planets.
Oh, getting deeper now. So what are they and how do they play into all this?
Well, their element is water. Ruling planets are Mars and Mercury. Each one tells us a bit more.
Okay, water first. What's that about?
Think feelings, intuition, all that hidden stuff in our minds. It's about flow, compassion, that deep connection with others.
So no wonder Scorpio pigs are so emotional, empathetic.
Yep. Water signs, they're sensitive, pick up on vibes others miss. They feel their way through life more than think it.
Which can be good and bad, right?
For sure. It's about finding that balance again, not getting drowned by the feelings.
Okay, so that's water. What about Mars and Mercury? What do they add?
Mars is all about action, energy, drive, assertiveness, courage, willpower, that go-get-it energy.
Sounds very Scorpio, fighting for what's right.
Exactly. Then Mercury, that's the mind communication, thinking things through, being adaptable.
Which we've seen with the pig side, how they talk, their quick thinking.
So put it all together, water, Mars, Mercury.
Right.
You've got someone who feels deeply, ACTS on it, and can talk about it all.
Sounds powerful, but also like it could go wrong easily.
Oh yeah, astrology is not a guarantee. It's tendencies, possibilities. Everyone's unique in the end.
It's like a starting point, not the whole story.
Right. You choose how to use those energies, make your own path. Now that we get the Scorpio pig, let's see how this works with other people. The article's got some tips on that.
All right, let's hear them. What do we need to know?
Well, for friends, it's all about appreciating their kindness, having those deep talks, and supporting their need for peace, for things to be fair.
So being a safe space for them, basically.
Exactly. And handling their intensity without dismissing it.
Makes sense. What about relationships?
Article says to be open, build trust, support their goals, and make sure that emotional connection's strong.
So they feel loved, secure, like you get them.
Yep. And at work. Leverage their kindness, communicate openly, appreciate how hard they work, and keep things harmonious.
So basically treat them right.
It's more than that. It's about using their strengths well. Give them purpose, they'll flourish.
And appreciate that they're not just in it for the paycheck.
Exactly. Funny how simple advice can be so deep, huh?
It is when you think about it. It's like understanding someone's core, then building around that.
And when you do that, you get the best of them. Their loyalty, their love, their desire to make things better.
It's wild, right? We started with Scorpio Pig, and now it's this whole world almost.
I know. Like peeling back layers more and more to discover.
And the cool thing is, it's not just about them, you know? It's stuff we can use, too, in our own lives.
Oh, for sure. Whether you are one or you know one, understanding this stuff, it's powerful. For growth, for connection.
So wrapping up, what are the big things to remember about Scorpio pigs? The takeaways for our listener.
First thing, always, is that emotion. Scorpio intensity, but mixed with the pig's gentleness. They feel it all, but they want to do something with it too.
It's not just feeling deep, it's turning that into action.
Yeah.
Helping, creating, whatever their way is.
Exactly. But remember, those strengths, the ideals, the empathy, those flip too, right? If they're not careful,
Two sides to every coin, as they say. That passion can turn into overthinking, getting stuck in the past.
Yep. And relationships. It's got to be real.
Mhm.
No fakeness. They can spot that a mile away. Needs to be deep, those shared values.
So if you're getting close to a Scorpio pig, buckle up. It's going to be rewarding, but it'll challenge you.
And don't forget those pairings, the good ones. Cancer rabbit, Pisces sheep, Capricorn tiger. Not that it's a rule, but...
It gives you an idea, at least.
Right. But even then, got to talk it out, understand each other. No relationship's perfect.
Now, the mystical stuff, the numbers, colors, stones, seems kind of out there, but...
It's not just mystical. It's like clues, reminders of what they're capable of, that creativity, the wisdom.
And the heart they have, wanting to make things better.
Exactly. It's like they've got all the right ingredients, but they got to make the recipe, if that makes sense.
I like that. It's their life to create.
And that's the Scorpio pig right there. Intense, but kind. Driven, but compassionate.
Looking for a life with meaning. It's been awesome exploring this with you. Same here. And to everyone listening, we hope this got you thinking. Maybe even inspired to look into your own astro stuff.
You never know what you'll find. Until next time, keep learning, keep asking questions.
And most importantly, keep searching for those connections that make it all worthwhile.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.